Hi guys, so we're gonna do apatite or apatite, depending on your pronunciation. Let's see here. It's a calcium phosphate mineral with a hardness of 5. It's found all over the world. Its name comes from the Greek word meaning to deceive, because sometimes it can look like other crystals, especially kind of beryl-based minerals, but also it resembles amazonite if you're not looking very closely. Let's see here. It's good for psychic activation, access to knowledge. It's connected with the wind, and it hits your third eye chakra. It does come in a couple colors. It comes in green, gold, blue, and let me see. Yeah, green, gold, and blue. So let's see here. I mostly have blue examples, although I have a very dark blue-green example. It's a cleansing influence on your auric field. Let's see here. It's a good one for your pillowcase to help with lucid dreaming and astral work if you're doing that. Let's see here. Some people use it to communicate with spirit guides or extraterrestrials, that kind of thing. Again, if that's where your interests are, it helps with that. Let's see here. It helps to access past life information. That's a good one. It helps those who experience vertigo or dizziness as well. And it's a higher perspective kind of stone. It helps kind of tune you into those higher thoughts and higher consciousnesses. So here's a piece of the blue. And you can see how it could easily be mistaken for a very dark piece of amazonite, but it's not. It doesn't have those white lines that we talked about through it. It has more crystalline structures. It almost resembles the way like moonstone will shine, and kind of the look you get with that. Or it's not as flashy as lab, but it's kind of that hidden shininess to it. Let's see here. I have tower of it, and this tower is blue-green. It's super dark, and it's really hard to even put a color scheme to it, because it has greens and blues in it, and if you shine light through it, you pick up both of those colors. So it's kind of a trippy tower. And then I have a piece of raw, and the raw is like kind of blah, but even it has a little bit of there towards the top right up here, has some flashiness to it still. So anyway, I know it's confusing. We did both apatite and amazonite in the same day, but again, I wanted to cover both of them in the same day so you'd have kind of an idea that your amazonite's lighter than your apatite, and with your apatite, it's going to sometimes get confused for some of your lighter beryl minerals. I want to say it kind of looks a little bit like, gosh, that blue-green. Anyway, I'll think of it when it's not important. Not that one. Anyway, it can be tricky, so you want to kind of be mindful of its trickiness and just look hard at it to decide if it really is what it's pretending to be. It sometimes looks like types of topaz and that kind of thing, depending on how it's cut. And let's see. I'm looking through the book here, trying to find the other mineral that it resembles. And again, as soon as I finish it, aquamarine. It looks a lot like aquamarine in its raw form. So now that I'm done confusing you guys with that, I'll show you in the Book of Stones. Let me move you guys, sorry. See, there, the one long one's a picture of aquamarine, and the little short guy is a picture of the apatite. So they can really look the same if you're not being mindful and you're looking at really clear raw pieces of it. So that's why it's the deceiver, is because it can be sneaky like that. Sorry it took me so long to find that, folks. Let's see here. again, you've got the psychic activation and the access to knowledge and higher knowledge. So if you're doing research, maybe in a library or something like that, where you're looking for deeply hidden things that, you know, you really need to come in contact with and to be able to reach out and touch, that might be a good one. Also, maybe a stone for people who are researching family history, because a lot of times those things are kind of buried and you have to really dig for them. And it would tune you in, you know, the psychic activation thing would tune you in with some of that inner knowledge of family, and also the access to knowledge part's going to help you with your research. And you might pair it with fluorite for that very same reason, because fluorite helps bring in knowledge and helps you retain it. Alright folks, so I think I've covered all of our bases with it. It's a pretty big crystal. It's very dense, and you see it mostly in big pieces. Let's see, it does occur, you know, in like jewelry grade pieces, but a lot of times you're gonna see, you know, chunks or bigger pieces of it out there, because it likes to form in big pieces. It can also be, on top of the colors we've named, it can be yellow, it can be brown, it can be gray, or it can be bland and almost colorless. The largest deposit of it is in Russia, and some are found in Canada too that are really chunky boys. So that's kind of an interesting little piece. It's especially tuned in for kind of the whole working with your inner self and getting that, you know, your kind of intuition working, because it does work with that third eye chakra. So it's going to wake you up to things that you're not always used to seeing. All right, so I think for real this time, maybe I'm done fussing at y'all and talking. Yeah, that looks like about it. Let's see. Uplifting energy, so that's nice. We talked about higher perspectives. It apparently also helps with fear of heights, so that's a cool little factoid. All right, so I'm going for real now. Bye, guys.